Hello and welcome back to my Pokémon LeafGreen Wedlocke. In the last episode, we took on Sabrina at Saffron City Gym, and we did a couple other things back here down around Fuchsia City. And today, we're gonna go to Cinnabar Island. Now, I'm kind of going in what you would think is the opposite direction to get there, because normally you would go south of Fuchsia City and surf down into the west. But I'm not going to do that because, as I've said several times, I have an issue with surfing, and that is that none of the Pokemon in my party can learn surf. As per the Wedlocke rules, I checked again with Maryland's video explaining the Wedlocke rules. You can make a temporary substitution if there's an HM move absolutely necessary to completing the game that none of your Pokemon can learn. But I was feeling pretty bad about making the substitution because I would have to go all the way down and I'd have to go all the way through Seafoam Islands, and it just seemed like a long time to make a substitution. So I decided what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to make my way back to Pallet Town and go down Route 21. It's a much shorter way to surf, so I won't feel so bad about making that substitution anymore. So I'm just gonna do that. I'm gonna speed up. I'm gonna stop when I get to Viridian City because that's where there's no Pokemon Center in Pallet Town, so I can't make a substitution there. So yeah, I'm gonna make my way through Diglett Cave, down to Viridian City. I'm gonna speed it up and see you when I'm in Viridian City. Okay, so here I am in the Viridian City Pokemon Center. I'm gonna make the substitution here. Just to be totally consistent, I'm going to deposit both Pokemon in this pair, Sarah and Jim. They've gotten an awful lot of attention in the last few episodes, so I'll give them a bit of a break. Alright, and I'm going to withdraw Littlefoot, because I think he's the best choice to surf. Yeah, I'm not gonna even adjust the little sidebar thing, because it's not an official change in the party, it's just a substitution. But yeah, so let's teach Littlefoot surf. Here we go. Let's see what we can get rid of. If he knows Perish Song, I'm gonna get rid of that, because that's just... I don't like that attack. Especially in a Nuzlocke, Wedlocke thing, there is no point to it. Okay, Littlefoot learns surf. So now I'm going to make my way down to Pallet Town. It's not that long of a trip, but I guess I'll speed it up anyway. Okay, here I am in Pallet Town. Alright, I'm going to surf. I'm going to use a repel though, because down here on... what is it, Route 21, there are some Pokemon I can get. Well, alright, basically when I surf here, the only Pokemon I can get while surfing are Tentacool and Tentacruel. I think Tentacruel also. But yeah, that's going to be on every surfing water route that's coming up here. So I have plenty of chances to catch one. Meanwhile, here in the tall grass, I can catch, I believe, only Tangela. Which, I was thinking about it, I don't know if I really need a Tangela. Tangela's not fantastic, but if I use one of my fishing rods, I can catch another water Pokemon. I think in this case, I want to use the good rod. So let's see if that works. Let's see what we find. Oh, got a Pokemon the first try, good. Let's see if it's one I can catch. Krabby? Nope, I already have a Krabby. I need to check. Maybe I can't catch anything new with the good rod. No, I'm pretty sure I can. I'm gonna just keep trying for a while. If it gets, you know, too ridiculous, I'll either speed up or cut to when I actually find something. Or when I give up. But I'm pretty sure I can get something new here. I'm having really good luck at least getting Pokemon with the good rod. Another Krabby. I think I can also catch Magikarp here, which I already have one of those too. But I'm pretty sure I can run into a Horsey. I had to double check because I wasn't sure if Horsey was version exclusive, but according to what I found, it's not. It's just a bit rarer than Krabby. So yeah, if it's not this next one, I'm gonna either speed up or cut away until I find one. Alright, that was actually the very next Pokemon I hooked, so that's good. It's at level 7. I probably don't even need to weaken it. I'm going to use Super Fang anyway, just to up my chances. Alright, that should do nicely. Alright, now let's go for the Pokeball. What am I gonna name this little horsey if I catch him? Oh, I just realized he's gonna be added to my party because right now, because of the substitution, I don't have a full party. That's alright though, since I'll just deposit him when I get to Cinnabar Island. Alright. Okay, this is dumb, but it's the first thing I thought of. It's not necessarily a cartoon character, but I remember from my past. I'm going to name this guy Cubert, because he's got the same kind of mouth-looking thing. I think it works. I guess the other option, I could have named him Birdo. Although Birdo is supposed to be a female, but that's kind of questionable, I think. Alright, anyway, so I got all these fishermen here. Let me look at my team again. Yeah, I guess my level limit now is 47, so I can afford to do a little bit of training. I'm a little bit nervous because I don't have anything that's fantastic against Blaine's Pokemon coming up. He's a Fire-type user. Sarah would be pretty good against Blaine's Pokemon, but I believe he has a Growlithe and an Arcanine, and they know Roar. Aw man, this is the guy with 6 Magikarp. That stinks. But anyway, it lets me talk a little bit. I'll speed up though. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that Blaine has Growlithe and Arcanine that know Roar, and if he chooses to use that, if I don't one-shot his Growlithe and Arcanine, that could put me in a lot of trouble, because Roar switches, I believe, to a random Pokemon on your team, and the way it works in a Wedlocke is whatever pair it switches to, like say I had Sarah out and it switched to Bulby, I'd be stuck only being able to switch between Bulby and Fivel, which would really put me in a lot of trouble. So that is kind of problematic, but I really don't know what else I'm gonna do because I don't have any other Pokemon that even have a chance of one-shotting Blaine's Pokemon, I don't think. Now, Sarah's only stab move right now is Dig, but even when you factor in same type attack bonus, it wouldn't be as powerful as, say, Rock Slide. But then, of course, Rock Slide has the risk of missing, because it's not super accurate. I mean, it's reasonably accurate, but it's a big enough chance of missing that I'm a little nervous about it. But again, I think she's my best bet. She's pretty much my only choice. Of course, if she falls, then Jim is pretty much out of luck. And really, every one Pokemon in each of my pairs is weak to fire, so I don't know. This is either going to go just fine and Sarah will be fine, or Roar is going to really mess me up, so I guess we'll see on that. I guess the plus side is I need to double check. I don't think any of his Pokemon know Flamethrower. I think the worst attack they might have is Ember. I need to double check on that. But yeah, that might not be too bad. I mean, maybe a Pokemon like Bulby could take one Ember and be okay. I have to see. And let's see. I feel like Starmie would be the bigger threat defensively. Yeah. So just fighting my way through these trainers. Only speeding up because this would be even more tedious if I didn't. This route isn't too long though. If I went the other route going through Seafoam Islands, that would be an episode in and of itself. And even though, I mean, I don't, and part of me thinks I should show Seafoam Islands as part of the playthrough and everything, but when I consider that I'm not really doing a walkthrough, I'm doing a Wedlocke challenge, it's not absolutely necessary to get in all of the parts of the game if I don't need to in order to get to the end of the game, if that makes any sense. So I think I'm okay doing it this way. This makes things a bit simpler. I don't have to substitute for so long. This guy... Yeah, let's fight him. Get Bulby some more levels. You know what, the more I think about it, I think Blaine's Pokemon do know Fire Blast. All of them might, because generally, you know, the gym leader gives you a certain TM after you defeat them, and that TM they've taught to all of the Pokemon on their team. So, the TM that Blaine gives is Fire Blast, so I'm pretty sure all of his Pokemon know Fire Blast. And while that gives me a chance of survival, because, Fire Blast isn't all that accurate, it's pretty darn powerful, so I would be definitely in trouble if I got roared into one of my grass types, or even got stuck using Gym. Now, the one good thing about Gym is I could potentially beat them to the punch with really accurate Sleep Powder, and then just Dream Eater. You know, that's been a pretty good combo in the past. But of course it'll be really risky, because if they wake up and use Fire Blast, that would, I'm pretty sure it would definitely one-shot Jim. Enough stressing though. I won't have to deal with that in this episode. I think I might do Cinnabar Mansion in this one. Well, I have to before I do the gym. But I'm pretty sure I'll have time to fit that into this episode, so we'll see. I'm getting more lag today than I have been lately. But I'll kind of keep this on higher speed, even though it's a little more annoying for the sound, but I'd like to keep the sound a little low anyway. I think this is for the best, though, because I found it's more agonizing when there's a lot of lag than when, you know, than when the sound is messed up from being sped up. So I skipped that one swimmer, not for any apparent reason, but just I'm getting kind of bored. Also, Bulby is level 46. Bulby's getting pretty close to the level limit. Not that I'm going to have to use her against Blaine. Well, I might have to, but not that I'm going to want to. But I can switch over to Buttercup if I still got more water types to take out. Protect. We're using some strategy here. Okay. Alright, here we are on Cinnabar Island. Very nice. Alright, let's make this substitution as quick as possible. First heal up. Now, another thing we can do here on Cinnabar Island is we can revive, well, in theory it could revive both of our fossils, but both of my fossils, but because of the Wedlocke rule, I can only revive one fossil because that counts as one encounter for Cinnabar Island. Now the question is what? I have, I think, the Helix fossil or the Old Amber. So I could either get an Ammonite or an Aerodactyl. Now looking at the Pokemon I have here in reserve, I have a couple flying types and I also have several water types. So I've already got sort of type coverage for both the types that I could potentially get there with Aerodactyl and Ammonite. But I think I'm leaning toward Aerodactyl, basically because I think stat-wise he's a pretty good choice. He's pretty fast and decent attack power, if I remember correctly. So I think he would be the better choice. Also, I have a pretty good nickname for him, I think. Unless, of course, my Aerodactyl ends up being a female. But even if that's the case, I think I'm gonna give him the same name anyway. Just because, I mean, it's perfect. Well, you'll see. Alright, let's go into this lab here. I'm gonna, again, not waste any time. I think it's in the farthest room over here. Hopefully I don't need to have an empty spot in my party to do this, though. Because I just filled it up again. Hiya, I'm an important doctor. Yes, oh wait. He said I am important doctor. That's right, I remember this guy. He's like got kind of a semi-broken English, so I need to give him an accent. I think he would be Russian, I don't know why. Let's try it. I am important doctor. Yes, very much so indeed. Here, I study rare Pokemon fossils. All the time I study. Have you a fossil for me? Yes, Old Amber. Oh, that is Old Amber, it is. It is fossil of Aerodactyl, a Pokemon that is already extinct. My resurrection machine will make that Pokemon live again. So, you hurry and give me that. Alright. The Weird Doctor. They called him the Weird Doctor. Yeah, well that accent was certainly weird. I don't know how Russian it actually was. So, I apologize if it's not good, annoying, or offensive. It's all in good fun, though. Just giving him some kind of, like, blame Game Freak. They gave him a weird script. They wanted him to have some kind of accent, so. Alright, here we go. Hey, come back here. You late. Where were you? Your fossil is back to life. It was Aerodactyl, like I think. I received Aerodactyl. Alright, let's give him a nickname. And it is a male, so that works out just fine. I'm going to, if I can spell this right, I'm going to name him the most obvious nostalgic pterodactyl choice, which you could probably guess, based on some of the other nicknames I've given my other Pokemon. I'm going to name him Petrie. Yeah. So now I have Littlefoot, Sarah, and Petrie as Pokemon. But alright. Let's go to... Well, actually first, I want to get some more Super Repel. Maybe Max Repel. It's a tough one, because Super Repel is more cost-effective, I think. But Max Repel, you don't have to use as often, which is nice. Oh, get some Ultra Balls. I'll get a few. Give myself 5 Ultra Balls, that'll help. Alright, I guess all I can get are Max Repels here, so... Alright. I'll get 10, I guess that'll work. I'll get just a couple of Hyper Potions to round out. A couple of full heals, might as well while I'm here. Do I want an escape rope? I probably will want one, but I have enough, so... There we go. So in Pokemon Mansion, I can get an encounter. I think I can get Coughing, Wheezing, Grimer, or Muck as my options. I'll keep Fievel out, just to get my encounter. Alright, look at that. A worn out mansion. Now I kind of forget. Okay, first encounter is Grimer. I'm trying to remember if I already, no. Yeah, I could have caught Grimer or Coughing. And maybe Muck or Wheezing, but that might have been on a lower floor. Alright, let's use one more Super Fang. Get him down a little bit lower. Okay, that's good. Super Fang is pretty great for trying to catch Pokemon. Because you can just keep whittling away at HP without at all having to worry about knocking them out. Okay, where are the Pokeballs? Are they in their... They're in their own case, aren't they? Yeah, I keep forgetting that, don't I? Alright, let's use a Great Ball. I don't think I need an Ultra Ball for this guy. What am I gonna name this guy? I don't even know. I don't even... He's just like a thing of sludge. I know what I'm gonna name him. Because it's ironic. I don't think I can fit it though. Let me count. Well, I can fit it if I do it weird, so I'm gonna name him... I'm going to name him... because it's so ironic. I'm going to name him Captain Planet. I think I can just fit the letters if I do it like this. Yay, irony. Yeah, that's gonna fit. So we have Captain Planet. Alright, so now that I don't need any more encounters, I'm gonna put Sarah and Jim up front. Specifically Sarah, because she's just gonna be able to take down everything in here. But I'm also gonna start using repels, because I want to try to not have too many delays making my way through here, because I don't totally remember my way through here, so that's... I mean, I kind of do. Once I get going, I'll remember it better. But let me explore this way a little first. Is there a trainer? So I read this statue? It's a statue of a mysterious Pokemon. A secret switch! Oh yeah, I guess I can press that. Yeah, that's a Mewtwo statue there. Because this is where we find out the backstory of Mewtwo. Which, speaking of the backstory of Mewtwo, there's a whole theory about Giovanni. That Giovanni is actually a good guy. Because you see, Mewtwo was cloned from Mew, as we might find out if we find some of these diary entries that are hidden all around here. Mewtwo was cloned from Mew to be the world's most powerful Pokemon. And Giovanni and Team Rocket were the ones who funded the project. And so Mewtwo kind of went crazy and fled, and he was too powerful to be contained. So when you think about what Giovanni does, he goes after, well, he goes after Silph-Co. Silph-Co makes the Silph Scope, which is used for identifying ghosts in Lavender Town, in Pokemon Tower. And I guess we'll fight this guy. And so, in Generation 1, well, I guess Bug was strong against Ghost, but basically Ghost were supposed to be sold as the one sort of ace that can defeat Psychic Pokemon. Mewtwo, of course, being a Psychic Pokemon. So, and he also went after Silph-Co because they developed the Master Ball, which that could be Giovanni's last-ditch effort to capture Mewtwo, because it captures any Pokemon without fail. So really, you could speculate that Giovanni was trying to save the world through all of his criminal activity. Of course, more likely would be he just wanted to capture Mewtwo for himself. That would make more sense. But either way, alright, let's read this diary entry. Diary, July 10th. We christened the newly discovered Pokemon, Mew. Okay, that's that. Mewtwo was discovered on July 10th, I guess. Here's another diary entry. Diary, July 5th. Guyana, South America. A new Pokemon was discovered deep in the jungle. Yeah, see, this is another reference to the real world. Reference to South America in a Pokemon game. Quite interesting. So, everybody wondering where Mew is, guys? He's over in South America. Alright, let's see. Anything else I can do here? There was another switch. Oh wait, repel. Repel. Or off. Out. Off. Out. Off. Anyway. Let's press this switch, I guess. Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't press a random switch and you don't know what it does? Let's go this way. I really forget my way through here a little bit, so... There's an item here. A lot of, like, vitamin things in here. Not sure if there's a reason for that. Let's press the secret switch, because who wouldn't? Alright, I think I have to go down this small ledge. Your mentor once lived here. I wonder who that was. Yeah, so I guess another connection to this whole thing, like Pokemon Mansion and all that, and Mewtwo. I believe, Blaine is a scientist. I believe he was formerly employed on the Mew cloning project by Team Rocket. Which kind of goes into a thing in the Pokemon Adventures manga. Something interesting is that I think about half of the gym leaders in the Kanto section of, like, the Kanto series of that manga are evil and work for Team Rocket. I think it's, what is it now? Well, Giovanni, of course. Lieutenant Surge, Sabrina, and one more. Well, okay, there was Blaine was former Team Rocket, but I believe he turned against them in the manga because he didn't like the results of the Mewtwo project. He wanted to help save the world. I'm trying to think, though. I thought there was one more of them. Oh yeah, Koga, of course. Koga was Team Rocket. And now I'm trying to remember, I feel like Erica might have been undercover Team Rocket, or a double agent, like she pretended she was Team Rocket, but she was undercover. I don't know why I'm remembering that. But yeah, like Brock and Misty were like friends with Red and they helped him out. Alright. Let's see. We're making some progress. I'm pretty sure this was the way I had to go. Actually, this is where I was before, wasn't it? But did I open anything up? There was something I had to open up. Let's go... Did I come from downstairs? Let's go upstairs. Max potion. Okay, that'll come in handy. Alright, let's look at this. February 6th, Mew gave birth. Alright, first of all, that's kind of weird. Since, first of all, most Pokemon are born from eggs, but then again, legendary Pokemon generally can't breed, so maybe they give live birth somehow. They reproduce by budding. I don't know. Don't think too hard about it. We named the newborn Mewtwo. So that's right, everybody. In case you didn't know, Mewtwo's birthday is February 6th. This place is, like, huge. Dude. Like, I know, right? Alright, let's try Rock Slide. Okay, so anyway, Rock Slide can take out a level 38 Ninetales with no problem, so I don't know if I can use that to at all gauge how I can do against Blaine with Sarah. Alright, let's try... What do I want to try? Let's press the switch again and go back upstairs that way. So much lag today. That's alright. This is mostly a filler portion of the adventure. Alright, let's go this way. Repel wore off. Okay. I guess I have to drop down the bigger ledge. I could have sworn it was the smaller one for some reason, but oh well. Yeah, this is the way we gotta go. Okay, good. I can avoid that guy. Just because I'm not doing poorly or anything, I just don't want to waste the time. Of course, then again, Sarah needs levels. Like, I want her to be probably at the level limit. Oh yeah, there's an exit there, which I don't think it was there before, like in red, blue, and yellow. Okay, here's the bottom floor of Pokemon Mansion. I think I have to go in here. Let's fight this guy. He won't fight me, will he? Oh, he would. Alright, that was weird. But he didn't, like, trigger. I thought I walked in front of him and everything. Alright. Intimidate. Well, let's try Rock Slide. Again, Rock Slide should be more powerful than Dig when you take into account base power. And both Rock Slide and Dig will be super effective against fire types. Alright, got Ponyta. Let's try another Rock Slide. That is the other thing I just thought about. If Blaine has both Growlithe and Arcanine, that means that's going to be 2 Intimidates that Sarah is going to have to face. And, I mean, I could lead with Jim and absorb the Intimidate and try to put it to sleep or something and then switch into Sarah. But now we're getting way too... I don't know. Way too risky. I don't know if I'm willing to take that risk or not. This is getting more and more stressful the more I think about it. I have until next episode, though, so it's okay. I'll think of something. This guy's really long-range trainer. Alright. Ivan. Let's dig. Okay, good. Electrode. Rollout. Well, that's okay. Dig will make sure it misses. Rollout's not too threatening on the first turn or so, but as it doubles every turn, it gets really scary. Especially if you're switched into the wrong thing, and you try to switch into something else, you have to do something that will be able to absorb the hit of Rollout. As Rollout gets more and more powerful. Okay, before I press that, I want to see if there's anything I can already get to. Yeah, I can get to this item. Repel. Alright. Blizzard, okay. Not going to be very useful against Fire-type Pokemon in this gym, but it's something I might want to save for the Elite Four. Because it could come in handy. I'm trying to think. Probably come in handy against someone. Alright. Secret key. Okay, that's what I need to get into the Cinnabar gym, I believe, because it is locked right now. I didn't demonstrate that, but... And Solar Beam. Also not going to be very useful against fire types, but something I can possibly make use of later. Oh yeah. Have to press the switch again. I could just use the escape rope at this point, but I mean, hey, there's an exit, like, right next to where I came downstairs here. So I might as well use it. You know, they went through the trouble of building it and everything. Oh. Oh. Alright, well, nuts to that, I'm gonna use an escape rope. Wherever it is. There we go. There we go. Alright. So let's just real quick. Okay, well I didn't even have to, like, use the secret key, like, go through an animation or anything, or a text box. It just opened. Alright, well, I'm gonna heal up. So, I might do a little more off-screen training, maybe training against some of the Pokemon in Pokémon Mansion, get Sarah leveled up a bit more, and the rest of my team. But that's gonna do it for this episode. It was kind of fillery, but it was necessary. Alright, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next episode of my Pokémon LeafGreen Wedlocke, where we'll be taking on Blaine.